Well, good afternoon. I'm so, I don't know, baffled to be standing on this stage again. And first, before I get started, I just want to also give a shout out to my beautiful wife, Kiana Burns, that's in the audience. She's responsible for this nice outfit that I have on today, right? So if we're going on TV, I got to get you ready. And so my senior vice president, George Harrison, now is national sales director, sitting in the audience. RV Peter, actually, I was in Primerica when I was a kid, and I didn't really understand what we had in our hands, so I got out of Primerica, and this guy just wouldn't leave me alone. I'm actually networked to him, Mr. Dante Owens, who convinced me to come back to Primerica, and it was the best decision that we made in our life. I also got to make sure that we mention our other national sales director, Mr. Columbus Powell, couldn't be with us today, but thank him for his service as a veteran, and then our awesome senior national sales director, Mr. Charles White, and himself. So guys, listen, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Kiana and I. We came into the business September 2015, and we got this thing going. And in September 2015, man, we was the hottest thing, I think, on Primerica's train, right? Go take our income up to $300,000 in about 9 months and join the business, right? And then we took it back down to zero after 1 year. And so that was like some amazing stuff that happened in a short period of time, right? Go to 300,000, back to zero. Say, get the fastest down, the fastest back. And so in the midst of all that, guys, we was in St. Louis, and then we had the great Mario Arizon come out and do a fast start school for us. And so we sitting there in the fast start school, and Mario's coming in, and Mario's just excited every time you hear him talking. We invite him in, and we get this big hotel, marble floors. It's just exciting, right? Around Christmas time, when Mario get there, our whole team had quit. We didn't know. We had this big old fast start school, and we had 5 regional leaders. They all doing $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 base shops. And then all of a sudden, every last one of them was quitting. So we stand in the room, Mario's ready to go, and we got one person standing in the room on our team to represent us. And that's our current RVP. He's over $100,000 income, Matthew Hill. He's the only one we got left. He's the only one we got left. And so Mario don't know anything about this story, so Mario started talking about how he opened up his new office in L.A., and he was ready to blow and go, and he said he had built this amazing organization. He said that he'd get the new office, open up the door, and he said nobody was there but one person. Now, mind you, he knows nothing about what's going on with us. We just found out, right? So Mario's like, everybody quit, except one guy shows up. He said the one guy showed up because he didn't get the text message that everybody else got to reporting, and we're going to start a new company somewhere else. So this guy comes in the meeting, and Mario's like, oh my God, I got to start all over with this one guy. He said, nothing happens to you, it happens for you. And so we didn't understand it, but that message that he gave us helped us to hold on and understand that didn't happen to us, it happened for us. All those guys went and started another company, but here's something Mario said. He said now some of those same guys run into his people now. They say, you in Primerica? He's like, yeah, who you work for? He say, Mario Arizon. Now, these are some of the guys that went away, started a new company, who's out of the insurance industry right now. He says, Mario Arizon. He said, you work for Mario Arizon? Yeah, he was the fastest young guy to $1 million. And they look like, because those are the same ones that left him. But he said what happened to him didn't happen to him, it happened for him. It built courage to him, and it helped him understand that if you're going to do anything great, you got to be tough and you got to persevere. And so we sitting there, me and my wife looking at each other, and everybody's gone. We making $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 some month. We're excited. And we woke up one morning, we got paid $327 in 1 month. Our mortgage was $3,000. So we're sitting there wondering, like, wait a minute, how this gonna work? Mortgage $3,000, check $327. But we never thought about quitting. Because every time we have testimonies in front of us that if you just willing to stick, the Bible says, be not weary in well doing. Because in due season, you'll reap if you faint not. So we understood that we have one responsibility in this deal. We just can't faint. We can't stop, and we can't give up. So we took the perspective that it didn't happen to us. It happened for us. We started thinking about things that we could do better. Because it's not always somebody else's fault what you're going through. And when you're going through something, you got to understand that going through is emotion. That means if you keep on moving, whatever you're going through, you're going to come out. You just got to keep moving. So we have to take a look back and say, what can we have done differently? We started evaluating our business. We started evaluating things that we as leaders could have done different. Why would 5 regional leaders leave you? Now, we can say things to make us feel comfortable, but what we understood is that we had to increase our leadership. Where people took a part of the greatest opportunity in the world, decided for whatever reason they didn't want to be a part of your program anymore. So we took that challenge that we were going to get better. We started putting systems in place. Right? See, what I believe fundamentally is that new recruits, they don't quit, you fire them.
And you fire them because you don't have systems in place to make sure that they're successful. See, people make great money here at Primerica. We got too many testimonies of people making $100,000, $1 million. They say you're having a person every single day that goes over $50,000 income, yet people walk away. So we have to build systems around to make sure that they continue to have activity. See, day after day, week after week, month after month, we recruit a new person into the business, and we say, hey, build you a list. And when they get to about that 6 names, how many of y'all see them say, oh, well, I don't know nobody else? Well, how you been on God's green earth 30 years and you don't know nobody past 6 people? See, we didn't have a system to extract names where people would put names on paper so we can go help them go build a business. We didn't have systems. We said, here, build the list. That wasn't working. You can't do nothing with 6 names on a piece of paper. So we had to figure out what we need to do. See, people staring down at a list said put down 50 names and their brain get exhausted. So we stopped asking for 50 names. We asked them for 6 names now. That's it. That's all they was giving us anyway. So we just cut to the chase. You're only going to give us 6. No point asking you for 50. Let's make it easy on everybody. So no, seriously, we changed. So we sit down with the new recruit now. We say, hey, we're going to build you a business. You don't worry about being good because we're pretty good. We just need 6 names. And they say, oh, 6 names, we can give you that easily. Yeah, but we want 6 of your family members. So they jot down 6 family members within 10 seconds. Okay, now we need 6 friends. See, we take them stage by stage now. Just give me 6 family. Great, I can easily do that. Give me 6 friends. Great, I can easily do that. Okay, give me 6 of your coworkers. Oh, great, I can easily. We stopped asking for 50 and just asked for 6, and we compartmentalized it because we had to be systematic and get different results. We can't do the same things and expect a different result. So we got 6 family, 6 friends, then 6 coworkers. Then we said, give me 6 people that go to your church or any kind of organization that you're a part to. And after that, we said, give us 6 couples. So in a matter of 2 to 5 minutes, we got 30 names on a piece of paper. We didn't qualify them yet. We didn't do nothing. We just wanted them to dump their brain with the names. From there, now we can take that family and say, okay, how many kids do your sister Susie got that's over the age of 25? And we start turning that top 30 list to a top 100 list. But we only asked for what they used to give us anyway, 6. And we put them on paths and we started systematizing everything. So we systematized how we build the list. We systematized how we gather referrals. We systematized how we continue from one kitchen table appointment leader to every household we lead. Give us 30 to 40 names now. And they set us 5 more appointments going to the next one. So how do we go from a $100,000 base shop down to 15 to 20, back up to 100? We finished at about 130,000 last month. What did we do different? We started systematizing things. So our Williams built a company, said, make it so simple, make it so easy that a dumb can do it. I had a presentation that used to blow people's butts out the seat. They'd be like, ooh, you good. But they sink it down their seat when I try to recruit them and say, but I can't do that like you. See, one of the things about McDonald's and Burger King, see, Burger King has a philosophy that says you can have it your way. So everybody come in Burger King, they get their burgers made however they want it. McDonald's says the Big Mac get 2 all-beef patties. Special sauce, lettuce, cheese, prickles, onions on up. See, they got a system. And because of that system, they dominate distribution. So if you're not dominating distribution, something's flawed in your system. So we started packaging everything. No one has to guess now. Our team is like robots. Everybody's doing the same thing. And we made it simple. So here's what we figured out. If we simplify, we can multiply. But if it's complicated, then it can't be duplicated. So our system is so simple that a dumb. See, we see these other companies come around, they selling coffees, and then they selling body wraps, and they got all this stuff, and they filling up stadiums. We got the best opportunity in American business. Our opportunity meeting had 2 people. We had to make it simple that a dumb feel like they can do it. And as we started back rebuilding, we had to make a decision. What type of people did we want to build it around this time? We want to build it with the right type of people. I said build it with part-timers. We did a $130,000 base shop with all part-timers. People who got a job who ain't got to write any kind of business to go stay in business. They ain't desperate for the money. We went back to the blueprint. Mario said nothing happens to you, it happens for you. My wife and I, the month that we got paid $327, we ride up to a house that we got to pay $3,000 just to walk in the door without paying electric or anything. It's $3,000 before we do anything. And we rise up to the house, we had $327. I think that we got paid that money, and we was building the base shop. The one guy that stayed with us, he lived 300 miles away from us. And we had to drive 300 miles to go help him with his business. With $327, and we realized that what we had in our hand didn't meet our need. That was not our harvest, it was our seed. And we put the seed in the ground, we filled up our cars, and we drove to Kansas City, Missouri, 300 miles away from us to develop him and his team. And when we got there, we bought pizza and soda pop. And we had a little bit of recognition that we had won, and we peeled our name off of it and stuck their name on it. Because you got to do what you got to do to stay in business till you get one in place. And on the way home after buying the pieces and all that stuff, we had to drive back 300 miles at midnight because we had no money. We had no money to stay in a hotel. We had to drive back home at midnight. And on our drive back home, we finally get there. We didn't even know if we was going to run out of gas because the last $30 is what we put in the tank for 300 miles traveling. But God graced us. And we get home and we're excited that we didn't run out of gas. And we pulled up in our driveway. We couldn't get in our house. We hit the garage door button and it wouldn't open because our electric got cut off. And my wife looking at me with panic in her face. And at that time, it became real to me. Ronnell, you got to go get this thing, everything you got. Quitting wasn't an option for us. But see, it wasn't what happened to us. It was how we responded to it. See, at that moment when we couldn't get in our house, we had to make a decision. We got to go harder than we ever did before. See, life is only 10% what happened to you. It's 90% what respond. Jerry didn't lose. Jerry didn't lose to Tom, right? You had Tom and Jerry. I don't know which one the mice, which one the cat, but the mice usually wins. I don't know, Tom trying to blow up the whole mice hole. He got his whole thing in. Jerry ain't sitting back there afraid about what's about to happen to him. He responded. Greater is he that's in me than he that's in the world. And he said that everything that we ever go through, that we are more than conquerors. He who began a good work in us, he is faithful to complete it. He said, I know the thoughts that I have for you. It's to bring you to an expected end. God had a plan for our life, and he did not change his mind because of our circumstance change. We got to keep fighting until we get the job done. God bless you.